Hello and welcome to Joanne's Cosmic Energy Radio Show. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader. And today I have an amazing show for you, as I also have an amazing guest coming on in the second half of the show. But before we dive into all that, I just want to ask how you're all feeling today. We have a lot of things going on energetically, collectively, and personally speaking. Those who've been watching on a regular basis, listening on a regular basis, know that we have a lot of planets in retrograde. And to add to that list, we're going to have another planet go retrograding in a matter of, I think, 4 days. Today is Wednesday. So yeah, by Saturday, August 15th, we have another planet that's going to retrograde. Now, for those of you who are new to this whole word of retrograde means that the energy of that planet slows down and sort of goes backwards. Doesn't really actually go backwards. It's just the energy of it slows down, gives us the opportunity to evaluate and reassess whatever the energy of that planet is. And I'm going to invite you to go back and check out some of my TV shows from Joanne's Healing Within and a handful of the radio shows in regards to the planets that are retrograde as of now, as opposed to boring you with the whole list of them, because there's a lot of them. I really want to just put the energy and the focus on the one that's going to be going retrograde this weekend on August 15th, 2020. But before I do that, I'd like to remind you just to share this page, let everybody know that we're here, leave some comments. And of course, I'll come back and check them out and answer whatever questions you may have. Now, back to that beautiful energy of the retrograde that's going to be taking place this Saturday, which is Uranus. Usually I say the name wrong. Good possibility I am. Uranus is the planet of what I like to call the total overall transformation, meaning that it really puts a focus on the total person in regards to everything about that person. As I like to say, it's really a time to reflect on who are you? Why are you here on Earth? And what are you supposed to be providing a service to you regarding the world and your community. And right now, that's under a microscope. That is where you are going to be focusing on your energy in regards to who you are, why you're here, and how can you be of service to your community and the world. And we're going to be in this retrograde for 5 months. As I said, it starts off August 15th, 2020, and goes right through January 14th, 2021. Now, this retrograde is going to be in Taurus energy. Now, for those of you who have an idea about your astrological chart, you'll know where your energy is in regards to Taurus. Now, Taurus is what we call the second house energy. And what that basically means that it's, again, putting the focus on the immediate material and physical environment. As I said before, it's all about who you are, why you're here on Earth, and also what you're here to bring to service. And I love asking this question to many people regarding, why do you think you're here? And I've gotten answers such as, I was born. And I sort of laugh about that because, yeah, obviously you were born, but you were born to do something. You were born to make an impact in this life, and you were born to help others recognize who they are as well. We're all in this together, and we all have this whole process of doing what we need to do so we can heal, and then we can help others see their light so they can heal. So this is a joint effort. Now, when you think about this amazing energy of the material and the physical environment, it also rules the income, money, and self-esteem. So all of that is going to be under a microscope over the next 5 months during this retrograde. And then taking consideration all the other planets that are in retrograde as well, that are going to play nicely, so to speak, with each other to help you become the best version of who you are. And let's take all of this energy and wrap it together with what we've all been experiencing with the pandemic. And my true opinion of the pandemic is this pandemic is here to help us really peel layers off that really do not serve us anymore. And by peeling those layers off, it helps us to see who we are on a much deeper level. And that allows us to recognize who we are on this earth and what we are actually here to do. So for many of us who might be grinning and groaning and frustrated and annoyed because of this pandemic energy right now, I invite you to go with an open heart and open mind regarding as we move more into the remaining portion of 2020. Because this is an amazing experience that we are all experiencing. This pandemic is actually happening for us, not to us. And the difference between the 4 and the 2, when we think about the 4, it's what can you learn from what we are experiencing between all the retrogrades and this pandemic, as opposed to utilizing the term, it's happening to me, where you almost sound like you're a victim. And none of us are victims. Every one of us are here to really transition into something so beautiful. And that's going to be with the help of the Uranus retrograde. Now, what I also like to do is I like to speak to you about what recently happened this past weekend, which was on August 8th. The 8-8 energy, known as the Lionsgate energy. And the Lionsgate is called the Lionsgate because it happens in August, and August is the month of the astrological sign of Leo. Leo is the lion. And this Lionsgate energy that had opened, and actually started opening up as of July 26th through August 12th. So as of today is basically the last day that this energy is really out there and being fired up. But this is all about, again, tapping into who you are on a deeper level, who you really are. And interesting enough, ironically enough, when we think about having to wear these masks that cover our face, when we really think about it, wearing that mask is actually helping us to, in the long run, where eventually we're going to be able to take off that mask and see ourselves differently. Because right now, when we're out and about doing what we're doing, we are wearing a mask. And the only thing you can really see when you look at someone's face are their eyes. And that's powerful. Because when we think about chakras for a moment, and follow me here, guys, because this can get a little confusing. When we think about our chakras, the third eye, which is the sixth chakra, the third eye allows us to tap in to the chaos and the darkness and move into our desires and our imagination and our visions to what it is we want to see. So right now, every one of us who are walking outside or even going to public places are being asked to wear a mask. So all we can really see are our eyes. So the next time you are in the presence of someone who's wearing a mask, take a moment and check out their eyes, because your eyes can tell a lot about yourself. And when you look at someone else's eyes, you could tell a lot about them as well. Plus, the whole metaphor behind it is that you're getting to see the eye. And for me, it's like the eye is the opportunity to being able to go in and go deeper on a deeper level to each person. So when I connect with someone, whether I know the person or not, and I actually find this to be more interesting when I don't know the person. When I connect with someone and they're wearing a mask and all I get to really see is their eyes, I get to really energetically connect with them on a much deeper level, where I get to allow myself to be in their energy, whether it's the dark energy or their higher frequency energy. But it gives me the ability to recognize my own ability in my own eyesight, where I ask myself, in this particular situation, where right now we wear the mask, what are we being asked to see? What are we being asked to see? It's not about what are we being asked to say, because right now we're covering our mouth, so to speak. But what are you being asked to see? And how can you see this in a different way? Rather than seeing it based on what's on the surface, how about going deeper? And when we think about this Lionsgate energy, that's exactly what this Lionsgate energy is about. It's giving us the opportunity to explore things on a much more spiritual level. When we think about the Lionsgate energy, it's also about the veil is very thin between the physical and the spiritual, which it gives us the opportunity to connect on a deeper level with our loved ones who've crossed over, our spirit guides that have been appointed to us from the moment we were created, and even before that, our archangels, and even fairies for that matter, where we have this opportunity to really connect and communicate on a deeper level so we can get a better understanding of who we are on the soul level. And all this energy that we have going on between the pandemic, the retrogrades, the Lionsgate energy, all of this is really helping each and every one of us figure out who we are on a much deeper level. And for me, that's powerful. That's extremely powerful to know that we have this opportunity to saying, what am I supposed to be doing in this lifetime? How can I serve my community on a much deeper level and become a better version of myself and heal on a better version as well, where I'm going deep, deep, deep down into that energy, where I'm allowing myself to see things in a different way than I've ever seen before. It's like, for example, when you think about someone who wears glasses and they take their glasses off, theoretically, they're going to see blurry. They're not going to be able to see clearly. Then when they put their glasses back on, now they can see clearly again. So it's the same concept when you think about being able to see things in a different lens, where you actually start to really connect spiritually and quieting down your mind. As humans, we tend to spend a lot of time in the logical right side of the brain and very little bit of time in the left side where it's the spiritual. Unless, of course, you are awakened and enlightened, then you might have it reversed where you spend more time in the spiritual side of the brain, less time in the logical. But there could be a balance there too. Like I know for myself, I sort of spend a lot of time in my spiritual realm. Sometimes I could be a little bit out there. But then there are other days when things are going on with our planets that does get me back into my logical brain, where I start to overthink and overanalyze and overprocess things, which may or may not be a good thing. When we are in that logical side, we are looking for the whys, the hows, and the whens. And when we really think about the spiritual well-being and this whole connection to who we are spiritually speaking, the whys, the hows, and the whens really needs to be ditched. And the only thing we really need to focus on in the spiritual realm is recognizing what your intention is. And once you know what that intention is, so whatever it might be, it may be to the point where you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to create open up a new location. That's your intention, to open up a new location. Now we have the intention, so we have the asking portion of it. Now the idea of it is to believe that this is something you can do because you've asked about it. Do you believe you can actually open up another location? Do you have that desire? What kind of action can you take to make that your reality so you can match what it is you are asking? Which is where, when we think about the belief of it all, that's really where we go into that third eye and make that connection between the physical and the spiritual and connect, where you begin to see your vision. Once you can see that vision, I truly believe that if you can see the vision, then it's all a matter of making it happen. Where now you believe it because you can see it and you start taking action so you can really match the vibration of that vision. And then you begin to receive the whole process of what it is you are visualizing from the third eye. So the next time you think about, or you complain about rather, the whole concept of having to wear a mask, or it's not fair, it doesn't feel good, whatever the case is, just take a moment and say, this is my opportunity to just look around and see things differently and not put so much voice to it for now. I'm not suggesting not to have a voice. I'm just suggesting for now to be the observer, to be the seeker, to be the one that wants to be more wise by what you're seeing. And not just seeing it based on what's in front of you, but seeing the bigger picture. And when you can see that bigger picture, you may recognize that, which is one of my favorite expressions, we are spiritual beings having many human experiences. And through those human experiences, each and every day, with the help of the pandemic, and also the help of all of these retrogrades, the Lion Gates energy, and every month we have a full moon and new moon. All of this is really helping us with those human experiences to help us peel layer after layer after layer so we can really become a better version of who we are. And when we think about these energies in that way, it becomes more exciting, more magical, and more mysterious. Because now it's like you look forward to waking up into the unknown, like almost to the point where someone gives you this gift and you have no idea what's in it, and you're ready to rip it open to find out what's in that gift. And that's the approach you may want to take every single day, is recognizing that every day is an unknown gift that you get to unwrap and experience it with such gratitude, excitement, and fun as you move into the space of connecting on a more spiritual way versus being so much into the human mindset. Where again, every single day is a human experience, helping us to really flow into that spiritual being, where we can really, and I'm going to use this term because it happens to be our title of the show, we can really break through all the things that no longer serve. And I think that's really powerful when we think about this energy with the Lion's Gate, the 8-8 energy, and the Uranus retrograde that's coming in as of Saturday. And I'm just going to give you sort of like a cliffhanger here, because come September, we have one more planet that's going to go retrograde. One more planet that's going to go retrograde, which means we're going to be at that point, we will have 7 planets. I believe it's 7 planets in retrograde. And again, retrogrades are all about resetting, reevaluating, reassessing. Retrogrades are not so much about action. I mean, you can take action here and there in reference to certain things that's going on in your life, but it really is a period of time to reflect and to reset what needs to be reset. I like to think of us as sometimes we need time to rest, where we allow ourselves just to unplug and plug in, where we get to rest. And when we have all these energies that's actually going on in our world right now, and things aren't working exactly the way you would like them to work, sometimes this is a good thing. Because for the first time, we are in a space where things are being pulled away, pulled up. Which is interesting enough to say when we think about it. I don't know about where you live, but I know where I live in Queens. I think it was a week ago. I think it was actually during the Lion's Gate energy, or prior to, somewhere between the full moon and Lion's Gate. We had, I think it was called, I don't know if it was a tornado, earthquake, hurricane, whatever it was. But I know where I live, there were a handful of trees, humongous trees that literally fell, roots and all, out, where you could literally see the roots of the tree. Now, to me, that was amazing, because it's like, in my mind, I've always compared meditation to be about a tree where we get balance and a tree can flow side to side and would take anything. But here came this powerful, again, hurricane, earthquake, volcano, whatever it might have been, came and literally pulled the roots out. Because that's how powerful Mother Earth is. So when Mother Earth, the universe, and your higher power wants you to shift your energy, there's nothing you can do to keep that from happening. The roots are going to be pulled out from under you. And that's exactly what's going on right now in our world. Between the pandemic and all the retrogrades that's going on, this is actually happening for you, so you can become the best version of who you are. And to enjoy this time. Because who knows the next time we're going to have such quiet, where we're not working as many hours as we were working before. We're not running all over the place like we were running around before. We may not have that again. So take this time and opportunity to just explore differently, look at it differently, and see it with a different point of view, a different lens for that matter. Now, we're going to be taking a commercial break in a short while, but before we do, just want to really set the energy with my cards. I want to pull one card out, which is going to help you connect to one chakra and see what chakra you would need to focus on today to align your energy so you can really prepare for all this amazing energy that's coming in. And interesting enough, our chakra is the high heart, which is all about compassion, self-care, love, and forgiveness. And perhaps that's the energy you can put into the remaining portion of 2020. As we do move halfway through August, we have a little less than 5 months left to 2020. Be more compassionate with yourself and others, and really allow the high heart to be filled with kindness, love, and forgiveness. Your number is 1 and 2. So the 1 is all about the newness that's coming in. The 2 is about the partnerships that you do have between the pandemic, the retrogrades, the lion gates, double 8 energy, the full moons, and all of this energy that's actually helping you become the best version of who you are. Working into a 3, that 3 energy is all about what it is that with all this powerful energy that we have going on, you are creating. Our affirmation is communication, which means you get to communicate. You get to communicate. You get to share and become the best version of who you are by sharing that. I believe there are 3 gateways of helping us to really create the desires we truly want with the help of all that's going on around the world. And those 3 gateways are your third eye, which allows you to vision, allows you to visualize. Your throat chakra, which helps you to communicate. And then your sacral chakra, which is located right below the belly button. That is the space where you get your rebirth. That is the space where you step into your creativity. And as we undergo all these amazing retrogrades, the lion gates energies, the full moons that we've had, such powerful full moons for that matter, this is all helping you to have a rebirth and to visualize what it is you want to communicate about. Very powerful energy, guys. And I invite you to utilize this energy to your most highest good. Meditate daily. Align your energy, align your chakras to be in perfect alignment to the things you wish to create in this lifetime. And take some time as we're in this Uranus retrograde to reflect on who are you? Why are you here? What service can you offer to your community? And how can you break through? How can you have a breakthrough regarding all that's going on in our world and get into a space where you're really allowing yourself to see on a whole different level? Because after all, we're wearing a mask. And once this energy unfolds and moves forward, we're going to be ripping off the mask. And as we rip off the mask, there's going to be a whole new version of you under that mask that we're all going to see differently. So I want you to note that. I want you to note that. I want you to take that in consideration and move through the remaining portion of 2020 with ease, with comfort, with peace, with love. And just enjoy this energy that we have coming in, because this is the one and only time you're ever going to have the experience of a break as you're having now, where you're not working as hard as you were, you're not running all over the place, you get a break. So with all that being said, for anyone who's interested in receiving a one-on-one reading, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to offer you a reading. I just want to give a shout out to my advertising sponsors, 2 of them for that matter, which is Linda Boney, which is our feng shui consultant. And then we also have our guest today, which is Eliza Bloom Robinson. She is our Transformational Catalyst, and I'll be introducing you to her shortly. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have an exciting conversation with my guests. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for a breakthrough? If so, I can help. I'm Reverend Eliza Bloom Robinson, Transformational Catalyst, and I support people just like you to move through the breakdown into a place of absolute empowerment and clarity. I'd be happy to offer you a complimentary consultation call just simply email me at newhumanitynow@gmail.com. I look forward to talking with you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Linda Boney. I'm a feng shui consultant and speaker. I'm the owner of Feng Shui Inspirations. Get inspired, move forward. I assist my clients in setting their space up for success, creating better health, wealth, and relationships. www.fengshuiinspirations.com, 347-223-0532. Thank you and blessings.
Yeah, I've been listening. Very fun.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Cosmic Energy. And for those of you who are just joining in, remember to share, like, and comment. And go back and check out what I spoke about today's energy, the card reading for that matter, and everything that's going on between the pandemic, the retrogrades, the Lionsgate energy, because I don't want to extend any more time on that because I have an amazing guest that we've been trying so hard to get on the show, on my TV show for that matter. Her schedule's a little intense, but she's here. She's here today, and I'd like to introduce you to Eliza Bloom Robinson. She is our Transformational Catalyst. How are you, and welcome.
Thank you. Welcome, welcome. I am well. Thank you so much. Yes, finally. We've had just a journey with our calendars. So I'm so pleased to be here with you today. I've been listening since you started the show, 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Lots of stuff going on in the world and collectively and then personally speaking. And as I was looking at your notes to like the title and everything else, I was like, oh, this is so perfect. And I love the fact that I'm always or almost always in perfect alignment to what my guests want to talk about. So it works out well. Yes. Just for the viewers, let them know what a transformational catalyst is, and then we're going to dive into your topic.
So transformational catalyst, if you could just like feel what that is, it is what it is. I used to call myself a healer or a guide or a coach or all those things, but really what I am is a catalyst, and a catalyst for transformation, a catalyst to get to that breakthrough after the breakdown, a catalyst really for your spiritual awakening. And part of that role is that I see your brilliance, right? I see you as you've already emerged in your brilliance. And so then the work is sort of the catalytic, right? The catalyst behind that, like, oh my goodness. So it's very fun, it's fast, it's transformational, and it's always surprising.
Yes, yes. Thank you for explaining that for the viewers so they would have a better understanding. And again, loving the fact on the whole concept of you actually help people where you can actually see them already in their transformation. Where it's not a process of like, you're not sure what they're what it's gonna look like at the end. You already know, which is powerful.
I already know. And it used to be baby steps, like through our healing, like baby steps. It's not, it's quantum leaps. And part of that is that ability. Like I see you and your absolute brilliance present day right now because you are brilliant. And there's this ever becomingness that I also see, not in details so much as in essence, in truth.
Yes, yes. Well, it's a good thing it's not in detail because I can't even imagine every person you come in contact with that you're holding that in your wisdom of like, wow, in detail how this person is. That's a lot of energy. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, so thank goodness you can't see all the detail.
That's right. And I don't hold any of it, right? I don't hold it. I don't take it on anymore. I used to. And when I first started doing this work, I'd take everybody on. It's like, I don't. It's like clear channel, Channel's an interesting word, but.
Exactly. And I think too, as healers, it's something that over time, because even me, when I first started doing my healing work, it was like, oh my God, this is like, I was exhausted. But over time, you really do start to learn how to like recognize it, but then you're not absorbing it in. So it is a process of, going through that transition of, I can do this work, but I don't need to hold it for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. So now when you say a breakthrough, what does it actually mean when you say breakthrough?
Well, so for example, I think that we all live with invisible glass ceilings. Like we have a certain level of our health, of our abundance, of our success, of our love capacities, right? Some of us have very big capacities for all of those things. There's always an edge, and that's a limit. Usually it's lifelong. Usually it's invisible and it's held in the subconscious. So if you could like imagine like breaking through a glass ceiling, but maybe a barrier that you bump up against, an obstacle that's been there, and that like breaking through that. But that breakthrough like opens the whole world. It opens a perspective, it opens access into a whole different way of being, and it changes everything when you get through that breakthrough. Now, sometimes like we're finding in the world, right? We're in a lot of breakdown.
Yes.
We can do right? We can do breakthrough in the context of the work we do without all the breakdown, without the resistance and the trauma and the drama and the push, because we've got access to that in such a different way now that it's quick, that it's easy, gentle, quick, and sustainable.
Yes. Now, from your point of view, and this is not a question that you and I shared, conversations, but from your point of view, when do you feel at what point where all of a sudden this whole energy, process of like really being able to shift quicker took place for many? Because I feel like there's been a shift somewhere that at one time or another, one point or another, I might have felt like things were taking longer to process and see the manifestation of it. And then all of a sudden it's like, how did that happen so quickly? So when, could you put your finger on exactly when?
I'll put my finger on a couple of touch points. And one was, remember back in 2011, we were all doing this, like preparing for birth 2012, and it was all going to be different.
Yes.
Right. And then it wasn't. Right.
Yeah. And it's so funny that you point out 2011, because when you think about the energy of 2011, it's the exact same energy we have now. The only difference between the two energies is that 2011 was designed between the 2 and a 1-1. 2020 is designed with 2 and zeros, but they both have the same energy. Very different vibration, though, based on those numbers.
Yeah. So I think that in that process, though, when we were moving through 2011 to 2012, that it's almost as if the veil was thin and it began to accelerate, because my clients too, what I was doing even before 2010, it was hard. It was laborious. It was hard work to do the transformational work. And then all of a sudden it's quicker. And then I think too, in this whole February, March of this year, in this pandemic, I feel like we're in another portal where things are like, they're taking off. Yes. And things that used to take a little bit of time are so fast. It's instantaneous. And I think it's like there's a technology or a consciousness that has been building, but it is opened up wide right now in this time on our planet. And it's phenomenal to me.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Definitely to me, too. I think, though, for many that may not be in the same sort of frequency, vibration, may have not woken up just yet, it may be creating a lot of anxiety because things are moving so quickly. And I truly believe that every one of us are in the frequency of being a spiritual being. We're not all at the same frequency, thank God.
Right?
Yeah, because I can't imagine all of us being in the same place at the same time. That would be a little weird. But the idea is that for some, this energy is so quick that they don't really know how to experience or receive it. So it creates a lot of anxiousness and fear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot. If you keep your focus on the outer world, right, which can be as close as your own health or your own finances, there is huge anxiety in all of the things that maybe you and I in a private conversation can say, oh, we're breaking down. Yay, we're breaking down so we can break through.
Yes.
If you don't have that mindset or worldview or capacity to see what's coming and as a really good thing. You're right. The stress level is out the door. It is over the roof. And for some people, it's causing a lot of turmoil and a lot of stress. And so what I say to those people is, if you could surrender, right? If you could take a breath and in any given moment, find a point where your system, body, mind, heart, soul system can relax for a moment, you'll find an easier way to navigate through it. And the other thing is that those of us who have sort of come through the other side or are the doorways to the other side, or however we want to language it, we're holding that space for the people who aren't there yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I truly believe now more than ever, those who are already in that space of a higher frequency, doing the healing work, light workers, coaches, whatever the title may be, it is so imperative now for us to really allow ourselves to open our hands up and pull that person up to help them.
Yep.
Because there's going to be a lot of people as we move into 2021 who are going to be in that space of saying, like, okay, so what's going on? And why am I feeling this in a different way? And I need help.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And it's like, I don't know if you're having this experience too, but some of the other people I talk to, it's like, for this moment in history is why I'm here on the planet. Like, this is it. I get body chills every time I say it. And I just did all the way down again. Like, this is why I'm here.
Yes.
To be that guide, support, sister, doorway, pusher, puller, whatever, life, really.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is a very powerful time for this type of work, you know, which, again, I truly believe with the pandemic, where you have a lot of people who've lost their jobs.
Yeah.
You know, from my point of view, it's like, oh, yeah, you lost your job, but it's like, let's release that job so you can make that space for what you're really supposed to be doing. So you could be in that purpose of what you're moving into.
Yeah. Yeah, because everything that everybody's experiencing on every level is the doorway to the breakthrough. And you and I know, and most people know, that when you look back, your worst moments in time became your greatest blessings.
Yes.
Because you pivoted, or you quantum leaped, or you went in a direction you didn't know. And I think that, you know, in some of the systems that are crumbling and crushing right now too, they have to sort of, well, the word I've been using a lot this year is wobble. Like when something that's solid wobbles, you've got this space, like it's not solid anymore. So there's a spaciousness that is exactly that. Like, okay, you lost your job, but what if you step into the truth of your being and you find this totally unexpected career path? It's so fulfilling. Not another job. I mean, you might have to go get another job, but what if that's the thing that opened you?
Exactly. You know, and with this time that we've had to be quiet, to be more still and not have to run all over the place and you know, wherever people go in the course of their day, where they're like, from morning to night, they're just completely exhausted. They've had the time to allow their bodies to rest. So when this does happen, when this breakthrough does happen for them, they're ready. And that's powerful. That's like extremely powerful.
Yeah. And I love what you were saying earlier about that whole idea of the mask being really the gift.
Yes.
You know, to kind of pull back. And when you remove your mask, you will see even yourself different. You will see the world. It's almost like a mask over our eyes at the same time as a mask over. It is changing quickly now. Right now.
Yes. Yeah. You know, so again, you know, with that whole vision thing, it's like, you know, we get to see things differently. You know, and I know, like, there's so many people who sit back and speak about, well, you know, it's like closing us off, making us separate. And reality of it all is, I don't think it is. I think it's allowing us to really connect on a deeper level, because we now get to like see each other differently. Yeah. So,
and the connections, like how quickly, like I wish I'd had the foresight to buy in Zoom stock. You know what I mean? Because the ways that we're finding to connect all over the way And yeah, I know some people are lonely, and I know some people are really isolated. But for me, I've been thriving in this pandemic time
Yes.
personally.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference too, because of the approach, the energetic approach in regards to how you're looking at it and how you're experiencing it, versus someone who might be looking at it in a different way.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
they may be
Like,
feeling all the losses.
right, exactly. They're grasping to what was.
Yes.
So, it's an old analogy, but it is so true right now. The caterpillar becoming the cocoon, becoming the butterfly. The caterpillar cannot see themselves as the butterfly.
Exactly.
And we're in that stage in so many arenas where our consciousness, humanity almost, is in that cocoon. We're going to mush. We had to cocoon. We had to put on the mask. I mean, is that not the cocoon?
Yeah.
And everything's falling apart. And as the caterpillar, we're like, holy cow, everything I know is disappearing. It is huge loss and huge grief and huge fear.
Yeah.
As the imaginal cell of the butterfly, we don't even know what's possible.
Exactly. And again, as one focus on like all the things that they don't have, just be able to focus on all the amazing things we're going to have, just with ourselves, which is powerful.
Yeah, I always have a theme for the year, and my theme, it came to me in, I don't know, maybe even as early as November, certainly by December, long before the pandemic hit, is miraculous outcomes.
Ooh,
and
nice.
So I just lay out, and people who are really suffering, they can't quite get there. But what if this had a miraculous outcome? Like, just ask the question. I wonder, like without trying to decide what that outcome is, because we can't. It's all new. It's completely different. We can't see our butterfly selves.
Yes.
What if this job loss really had a miraculous outcome? Can you feel energetically how that's just like, oh, what if it did? What if this health crisis, what if the health that's going on in my body actually becomes a miraculous outcome?
Exactly. Yeah. It changes the whole mindset of what one is focused on. And I totally think this is definitely going to be something so much bigger than any of us can even imagine what it's going to be. And it is going to be, I truly believe that it's going to be so much better.
Yeah,
than what it was.
I do too. And maybe not immediately, but it's so much better. And you said mindset, and it's totally mindset. And beyond mindset, it's worldview. And beyond worldview, it's really the vibrational frequency, because we come into, we change that mindset, we open, and then we can see new possibilities, where when we're in fear, we're contracted, we can't see anything else.
Exactly. And when we think about it, when you were saying in reference to, that this new thing isn't just going to just happen, which is actually a good thing, because I can't imagine all of us being able to experience something so fantastic all at once. I think it might be an overwhelm for us, where it would cause us to be more anxious than we are now, because it's like, oh my God. Whereas it does gradually bring us to where we're going, we can ease into that space and enjoy it without like, oh my God, like all of this at one time. It's like a baby, a brand new baby, when they start to see things and they start to shake because they get so excited.
That's a good picture. Yes.
Yes. And that would be us as humans, where like if all of this came in all at one time, we wouldn't have to accept it. It would be overwhelming. So a little bit at a time, as we move into this new vibration, this new energy, I think is a better approach. Yes. So in regards to one of your other questions that you have here, can you provide one easy way where one can go through a breakthrough?
So really the simplest, and let me just say, I had to have a breakthrough in order to get on this radio program today, because I'm traveling right now, and I got to the airport yesterday, and discovered as I got my suitcase out of the car to go check in on the flight that I did not have my computer bag, which means I didn't have my computer or my iPad or my notes or my book or my extra shield, or it was not there. I went, okay, I could totally panic. I could totally go into blame because my husband put my bag in the car, so he should have, right? I could have easily gone into shame. Oh, can't believe how stupid I am, right?
Uh-huh.
And I stood there in 107 degrees and I went, okay, how can I see this different? How can I find a miraculous outcome? How can I trust that there will be a miraculous outcome? How can I, and I have like 7 things like this week. I mean, it's a full week. Like I needed my notes, my documents, my links, like, oh dear. Okay. So let me just say, I share that in part because I couldn't find the questions I'd sent you. So that's a great question. And it also models like life keeps happening. And so one of the ways that I teach my clients really early on is a very simple trick. Notice where your energy is. It's a trick, it's a practice, it's a tip. And that is, are you expanding or contracting? Are you expanding into spaciousness, into lifting your vibration, into possibilities, into, I wonder how that miraculous outcome is going to show up? Am I contracting? Oh, I can't believe how stupid I am. I can't believe my husband. I can't believe, oh my gosh, I could feel how heavy that shame is. So you can use this for anything. Mm-hmm. Am I expanding or contracting?
Yes.
And first in life, as in breath, you always are doing both, but generally speaking. And so if you notice that you're contracting, stop. Well, notice what you notice. Number one, stop it. One of my favorite spiritual practices, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it.
I love it.
Otherwise, not with shame and not with guilt and not with blame, right? But,
exactly.
But just interrupt the pattern. Simple ways to do that. Move your awareness from where it is, and usually in your head, right? Or sometimes in your gut, down through your body to your feet, connect your feet to the ground. Just feel like right now, just feel the bottoms of your feet on the floor.
Awesome.
And can you just feel like your body, like my feet are on the floor. I'm pretty centered here, but even when I say that, it's like, oh yeah, my body kind of, oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. I settle into myself.
Exactly.
And then the next step is to look up at the sky or the trees or the birds, or look at distance. Like take your perspective from narrow tunnel vision of the problem to something expansive. Mm-hmm. You're a physical person. The physical act of raising your head opens up the throat chakras and activates all kinds of, the yoga teachers will be able to tell you much better, but the science behind the simple that, right?
Yes.
Changes your body chemistry. And we're run really by body chemistry, by the chemicals our body is creating. Whether it's,
and as you point out, the whole concept of pulling it back and in the back of the neck area, the lion gates energy that we just had literally activated the back of the neck, the back of the throat chakra. That whole section in the trapezius muscle is being activated for that matter. And many people were experiencing a lot of issues with their shoulder, like in the back of their neck, shoulder pain and discomfort because of that activation. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? And I hadn't put the Lion's Gate into that practice, but exactly.
Yeah, yes. So what I like to do, I want to give you a card reading if you're open to it.
Absolutely.
And before I do that, because I want to get this in twice before we end, just let the viewers know how they can reach you.
And the best way to reach me is on Facebook. So this is on Facebook. Also divine-awakening.org. Eliza Bloom Robinson.
Awesome. And there's a flyer that says that, and I'm gonna have Eliza repeat that again before we actually end the show. But before we do that, I'm going to give Eliza a reading. Is there a specific question you have in mind, or do you want the universe to provide you just some guidance?
I'm going to open to the universe.
All right. Just repeat your full name out loud 3 times for me.
Eliza Bloom Robinson. Eliza Bloom Robinson. Eliza Bloom Robinson.
And your card is unconditional love. Unconditional love. And your chakra is the sacral chakra, which is so appropriate because it's all about the rebirth.
Right.
The rebirth that you're having, the rebirth I'm having, the rebirth the entire world is having. So appropriate. Now, in reference to your numbers here, it's 9 and 6. So that 9 energy is about the transformation that even you are undergoing. Because
absolutely.
We all experience our own transformations too. We have to raise our vibration to another level. So yeah, that's letting you know you're going to another level. And that 6 energy is all about the healing work that you are helping all of your clients with right now in this moment, which is awesome. And your 9 and 6 is to be a 15, which brings you right back to a 6. So yes, you are in perfect alignment to your purpose, to why you are here on Earth. So if you were sitting in the Uranus retrograde of who are you, what are you supposed to be doing here, and what service are you supposed to be providing, you are right on track.
I love that.
Resonate?
I love that. It resonates completely. It's absolutely, and I can really feel my own transformation. I feel it in the work that I'm bringing. I'm feeling it like it is so new. I don't know what it looks like. I just feel it like right here, right now. Every class I teach, every client I work with, it's new every time. It's so exciting.
Awesome. Yes. And I feel that excitement with you as well. I really do. I feel very powerful. Every time I get a chance to jump in on one of your lives or any of your recorded work, the power's there, the energy's there. You're definitely doing great work for your clients. You're doing great work for yourself, and a blessing to have you, do the work that you're doing. And thank God that you chose this lifetime to do this, in the same lifetime I chose to do this. So it's a pleasure. And again, just before we do end the show, just let the viewers know again how they can reach you.
Best way, easiest way is find me on Facebook. I'm tagged on this video, I'm sure, Eliza Bloom Robinson. And you can also join my group, which is called Powering Up Possibilities. And that's an open group. So Powering Up Possibilities, check it out as a group. It's where we house all of our new humanity now. Powerful work.
Awesome. Awesome. So again, to all my viewers, remember to share, like, and comment on today's show. And it was a pleasure having my amazing guest, Eliza, here today, sharing all that she shared. And know that we come back. I will be back here the first Wednesday in September, which amazingly enough is September 9th. That's a 9-9 energy. I am so excited to share that energy with you guys then. But remember, you can also catch me on Sundays for Joanne's Healing Within TV show at 3 p.m. So join me there as well. But for now, just embrace and have those breakthroughs, guys. Have those breakthroughs. Bye-bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you.